Good evening, good evening, good evening again, folks. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I am your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC, but first, briefly, the disclaimers. If you're unfamiliar with Stop the Shock campaign or unfamiliar with the Troubled Teen campaign, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there linked in the description box for you. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non for profit started by autistics for autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center does not want you to see that article so much. They have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused. Please read that article and share it on all your social media. Folks, we also got a link to their public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding in case the JRC actually sees through with their threat. Trigger warning. When we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape School for Boys, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, folks, please go ahead and utilize those headphones, all right? Second trigger warning. This channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion, and we do indeed speak on dark subjects. So if your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously, folks, parental supervision is advised. All right, where we left off. Enjoying what little bit of sanity we get to have this week. The FDA found that the use of electrical stimulation devices to treat those behaviors poses a number of health and safety risks, from physical injuries such as severe pain, skin burns, and tissue damage, to psychological injuries such as pain, panic, anxiety, and post traumatic stress disorder. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk that strapping us down to a 4-point board and shocking us with a device that is just below the lethal limit could possibly cause PTSD? That's crazy talk. Crazy talk, right? But this person here he's laying out the fact that the FDA did their due diligence. We have been waiting since 2014 to get that thing freaking banned from the time the first FDA hearings on the subject started. All right? They have gone through numerous, hundreds of ER documents in regards to exactly what is being said here. Physical injuries, such as severe pain, which happens when you put a skin shock device and use those electrodes specifically over very, very sensitive areas on the human body. Skin burns is also very obvious. When you are using 85 MPH or MPA, sorry, it's been a long night, on an individual, especially when you use it repeatedly over and over in the same spot. If you think there's not going to be burns, I may have to introduce you to my mother. Just saying. Tissue damage again makes sense. They are literally pumping kids through with electricity that is far beyond that of what is used in a police taser that might be able to take down a man that's 200 to 300 pounds, muscle bound, and on PCP. Okay? Because remember, those run about 3 to 5 MPH or MPA. I'm probably getting that wrong again. Long night, folks. We already know this is burned skin. It's burned skin. It has caused heart attacks. People have died from police tasers. And those police tasers don't even compare in regards to the amount of voltage that the JRC is shooting at those kids at any given moment. Okay? I'm actually going to cut this in half here. One, because I want to stay with the sanity for a minute. And two, take in what he's saying here. Because this at very least seems like one judge did their actual due diligence. Because when you are in a situation, unlike with AH, of course, where you are literally in a situation where your receipts have receipts, the receipts of the receipts have receipts. When you've got literally 40 years of receipts in regards to exactly this right here, when you've got eyewitness reports like that which came out of California, all right, it makes it very, very obvious that the injuries that are being documented, the stories being told, and with the medical records, hear me, medical records to back it up, it should be a no-brainer to not use a device that would be considered cruel and inhumane to use on a full-grown adult, on a child, because they are disabled. And the fact that they're not neurotypical triggers parents and society so much that they will literally try to torture the disability out of us so that they can tolerate being around us. Just saying it like it is. You don't have to like it. So, where am I getting at with all this before we go ahead and shut down here? The FDA had every single reason possible on this freaking planet. After years of hearings, research, survivor stories, witness stories, former staff member recollections, ER documents, DESI reports, investigation reports from 3 different states, all corroborate what's being said here. You can try to write off people like Jennifer Masumba or people like Greg Miller as simply being angry and striking back in revenge for the help that I tried to give you. But the problem is the evidence, because we all know how important evidence is to me. The objective evidence backs up everything that's being said here. We're going to go ahead and close out on that, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, if you could, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit those comments. I do appreciate your time this evening. And as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do hope you have a good one. I'll see you in a few minutes. Technical difficulties, folks.